Welcome to the study guide, updated. It's not 2018, it's 19, but maybe it's 2020, 21, I don't know. Here we go. Median has to go from a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Yeah, median. Altitude has to go from a vertex and it's perpendicular to the opposite side. Perpendicular bisector has to bisect, and then it has to be perpendicular. Notice it doesn't have to go through a vertex. And last but not least, angle bisector goes through a vertex, and it bisects the angle. But it doesn't do anything special to the opposite side. Which of the following may not contain a vertex? Well, I literally just said that. A perpendicular bisector. Which is true or false? Remember, if you say a statement is true, then it means it's always true. Every triangle has three medians? Yes. Just because we might not draw all three medians in, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. So we could draw them in and be just dandy with that. So yes, they all exist. If AM is an altitude and then AM is also a median, is that true? That could happen. But that's not always the case. And since it's not always true, we're going to go with false. Altitudes and medians aren't always the same. They can be in rare situations, but usually they're not. Each leg of a right triangle is an altitude. If I draw a right triangle, whoop, whoop. Look at vertex and perpendicular to the opposite side, vertex and perpendicular to the opposite side. So, yeah, I would say that these two are altitudes. And so that's always true. Yep. Always. Three angle bisectors of a triangle intersect a point outside the circle. They meet inside the circle because it's the incenter and it's inscribed. So false. Alright. Moving right along. Here we go. If triangle ABC, in measure of angle ABC, ABC is this entire angle here, is 76, so we got 76 degrees for that yellow angle right there. If BP bisects that angle, that means BP right here, so we're going to have this piece is congruent to that piece. Half of that is going to be, I believe, 38 degrees. So 38 and 38. And BQ is an altitude, which means it's 90 degrees and 90 degrees. What is the measure of each following angle? Well, PBC is going to be 38 degrees. CAB, you got to kind of actually look at this and view it as the entire triangle. Because we know triangles add up to 360. 180. Woo. 76 is this big angle B. 40 is this angle C, so angle A, it's just going to be 40 plus 76 plus, I don't know, equals 180. And the answer that would justify that would be 64 degrees as our answer. And then QBA, QBA is this guy right here. We just found this to be 64, so that means we could do 90 degrees, because we got that 90 degree is 64, and I don't know, equals 180. So this little guy right here must be 26 degrees. Boom. Boom, shakalaka laka, yeah. Here we go. If EG is a median, what's X going to equal? If it's a median, that means it's basically bisecting. So those are equal. So we're just going to have to set these equal to each other and solve. So I'm going to subtract that over, add that over. That's going to give me 20 and 5. So X equals 4. Bada bing, bada boom. EG is an altitude. What's the measure of Y? Well, that's an angle. Kind of hard to see, but this little angle right there. So altitude means it makes a 90 degree. So let's set this equal to 90. Add the 30 over. That gives me 120. And 15, the number 15 goes into 120. What is it? How many times? How many times is it? 8 times? 8. So Y equals 8. Alright, let's see. What is the following true? WY is an angle bisector. Which of the following must be true? Well, angle bisectors make angles congruent, So if it's an angle bisector, then I'm going to guess XYW and ZYW is true. But segments aren't going to be true. Right angles aren't true. YZ is an altitude, so YWZ is a right angle. That's what altitudes do. They make right angles. Medians are going to cut this segment in half. So it's probably going to be one of these two. XY and ZY is not true, but XW and WZ is true. So that's C. And then it's a perpendicular bisector, which is true. Well, we're going to get a right angle, and we're going to bisect this. So it's both A and B. Okay, using the diagram below, name the segment that represents the shortest distance from B to AC. Well, the shortest distance is a perpendicular segment. So that's BE. BE is called we're going to call it the altitude. We're not going to call it a perpendicular bisector because we don't know if it actually bisects. If F is the midpoint, BF is the median and my best friend. Yeah, go figure. Best friends, but not forever. That would be BFF. So, let's see, what else could we do? 16, we could do this one. RN, NE, and RE are mid-segments. And let's go ahead and figure that out. Well, mid-segments, according to here, mid-segments are half of the total length. So we know that's how we're going to do that. So EN, first of all, I'm going to label which ones are correlated. I think that coloring helps. Bada bing, bada boom. Remember, all the ones that are the same colors are also parallel. So that's kind of a nice treat. There we go. Okay, and let's plug in what we know. So EN right here is 22, which means this guy is double that of 44. And then OG, the original, not to be confused, is 43, which makes this 21.5, just taking half of it. And RE is 18, which means this one over here is 36. Okay, so let's fill out what we know. RA is this half piece. Remember, this is a mid-segment, so these are congruent. So basically take 44 divided by 2, and you would get 22. So this length is the same as half of this, so that's why they're the same. GA is the whole thing, 36. Good job for us. RN is 21.5. Angle G. Okay, so if you look at this picture, you see the two yellow lines are parallel, and the green is the transversal. So 39 and this 39, those would be the same. They're corresponding angles. So that's 39 degrees by corresponding angles. And then we have ERN. So ERN is this little guy right up here. I see the two green parallel lines with a yellow transversal. And that would make this look like alternate interior angles. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's do 17. This one has a lot of information on it. So assume AC and AB are congruent. So if that's true, we can use the perpendicular bisector theorem. There's a point on the perpendicular bisector, then these guys are congruent. So I actually know right off the bat that this must be perpendicular right here. Okay, and that's going to be really important. And then it says DF is also 90 degrees, and DE is also 90 degrees because they're altitudes. And it even says AD is an altitude, but we also know that AC and AB are congruent. Which means this angle 38 is the same as this 38 over here because that's an isosceles triangle. So let's figure out these angles. Well, if we have 38 and 90, I can find this angle right here by doing 38 plus 90 and take that away from 180, and I'm going to get 52 degrees in these little guys right there. And the whole thing is 90, so if I subtract that, That means these guys are 38 degrees. So we get 38 and 38. Angle 3 and 4, well, we need to find angle 3. Well, do you see this right triangle right here? It has 38 degrees, 3, and 90. Well, that's actually just going to be 52, and the same over here, 52. So 52 and 52. Angle 4 is a 90 degree because it told me it was an altitude. 6 is also 90 degrees, and B we found earlier, which is 38. EDF is 38 and 38, which is going to add up to the total of 76. ADB, 90 degrees. They were told that was an altitude. And the EAF, which is 52 and 52, which makes it 104. All right, next over here we have find x and the angle measure of ABC. If BD is an angle bisector, that just means these are congruent. So we can set them equal to each other, nice and easy, no problemo. Subtract that, add that, we get 17 equals x. And then find ABC, which is the entire angle. So I'm going to plug this in here. And we get 7 times 17 minus 8, which gives us 111. This is 111, which is a ridiculously large angle and totally not appropriate for what it looks like. That is 222 degrees, even though it doesn't really make sense. So that's probably just bad numbers, but there you go. Find the circumcenter. I'll get to that in just 1 second, but first let's do these ones. A median starts at a vertex and goes through the midpoint of the opposite side. An altitude starts at the vertex and it is perpendicular to the opposite side. A perpendicular bisector is a line is perpendicular to a side and also bisects the side. And angle bisector starts at a vertex and bisects the angle. Okay? All right, there we go. I'm going to be back in a flash. Okay, I got some graph paper here, so we're going to graph these points. The first one is 2, 8, 2. Oh, slightly off the graph, that's okay. I don't know why I chose this graph, but we'll be fine. Then we have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 8, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 right there. Okay, so where is our circumcenter? So we need to bisect each one and then draw our perpendicular segment. So this is only 2 in length, so the bisector is going to be right there. So there's that line. I'll draw it in yellow. See it just a little bit easier. And then we're going to zoom in. And then we're going to bisect the top one, and it goes from 2 all the way to 8. So this is actually a length of 6. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 right there, and that should be the middle. And then we're going to go whoop, perpendicular right there. And so there is my circumcenter. Okay, but what's the point? That's what's important here. And we were at 8, and this is 6. We went 1 up, so that gives us a y value of 7. And then the x value, it's not, 6 is the length of this, so I'm just going to count all the way over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be at 5, 7. Okay, and let's work with this next one. And we got -2, -2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got 6, 5, 5, and we got -2, +10. Okay, so we're a little off. 8, 9, 10. Okay, boom. All right. So the length here, it goes from 2 all the way to 6. That's the length of 8. So we're going to cut in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should bisect us right there. And this goes from a value of 5 up to 10. So this has a length of 5. So we're going to go 2.5 up. And there is our circumcenter. So you bisect and you make perpendicular. So where is this? This is actually at the 2 on the x value. And then here we're off the page. So it goes up to 7, and then we have to go 1/2 up. So it's going to be 7.5. And there you go. That's your answer. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed your stay. And if you have any questions, just talk to the computer. And eventually someone will come and answer your problems. Probably won't be me, but you can try. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, we are done. We're done. Nothing left. So turn your computer off and go home. Pretend that you aren't still listening. Harry Potter?